1 with Jay Williams here at Staples Center, the house that Jerry built.
Jerry Buss or Jerry West?
One's a logo, but both Jay are legends. Won by the Thunder. It's Paul for 2. Add 2 points to the board. He has that sixth sense that you just can't teach.
He's like a traffic cop, and he's navigating a myriad of bodies coming his way. And there's a smaller innuendo of the game that nobody talks about. When he makes a great pass, he'll tell the offensive player, shoot it, go up, dunk it. He will direct you and lead you to success.
LeBron picked up by Paul. Nothing going here on that drive. James to Davis. Jay, Magic and Kobe each won 5 titles. How are you going to judge LeBron James' legacy in L.A.?
LeBron James wins 1 championship in L.A. That means he will set himself apart. He will have won 4 championships in 3 different cities. Now, that is polarizing for some fans. That still does not take away from the overall greatness and the legacy of LeBron James.
The Thunder have the possession. Knocks it down from mid-range.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Take stock of the floor. LeBron into the front court. Down 4. And look out.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
Paul into the front court. Lead is 2. And he's going to the line to shoot.
It's still early, so no real impact on that call. But you know that they're going to call this one tight, so you might want to keep your hands out of his pocket.
Steven Adams, a couple of free throws on the way. 56% for his career. Knocks down the first. Can't connect on the second, and he splits the pair. Nice pass to set things up. James gets a shot up off the mark.
And as a shooter, this is when you start to second guess your shot. You've had 3 wide open shots that you just can't put through the net, but still, keep hunting your shot.
His first effort off the mark. To James. Throws it up. That's out of bounds. Last touch by LeBron. Paul into the front court. Leads 3. Anthony Davis sends it away. And that's going to get out of bounds. Off a Laker. Gilgeous-Alexander. Paul. Can't connect.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
LeBron matched up with Steven Adams. LeBron James, 2 of 4 now.
I don't know what halftime evaluation will be worse, the ankles or the bruised ego.
With the rock, it's Chris Paul. Ferguson to Gilgeous-Alexander. Gets it in the right corner. Paul. And he hits.
I wasn't even sure if he saw the defense behind him. But what he did see was his teammates' eyes telling him where to pass for that easy catch and shoot.
LeBron James picked up by Paul. To Danny Green. And he's going to the free throw line.
Hey, look, sometimes you need to feel out your opponent. Let him know you're there. I'm okay with that early foul.
LeBron James has got 2 shots coming. For his career, 73%. Off the mark on the first free throw. He missed a pair of free throws. Oklahoma City's got it. Yes, and the foul, and a chance at 3 coming up.
That was such a great job by the offensive player. Knowing that you're probably going to take some lumps here and there, but still remaining aggressive throughout the shot and getting a crack at the extra point.
Chris Paul trying to cash in on a 3-point play. A career 86% from the line. Missed it at the line. Oh, good defense there. Thunder with the steal. Anthony Davis. Huge block.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Danny Green to James. And he'll head to the line.
I'm the first to say I like the intensity as much as the next guy, but you got to be smart. Early fouls like that may come back to haunt you later in the game.
LeBron James at the line for 2 shots. He's struggled so far. First try at the line, no good. Oh, he missed on a pair. Paul across the timeline. 10-4 is the score. Ooh, Chris Paul. 4 out of 7.
There's no stopping that. You either got to double or deny him the ball from the jump.
LeBron against Chris Paul. Jay, last year the Lakers 35-47. What impact, obviously, will LeBron James have on this Lakers team and their record?
There's no doubt that I think the Lakers will get over 35 wins. Will they get over 50, though, is the major question. I don't see that happening, considering last year only 2 teams in the West, Golden State and Houston, had over 50 wins.
Oklahoma City ball. Paul. Tough shot. Well defended.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Gets it in the left corner. Chance for Chris Paul. Ooh, Chris Paul. With that, he's 5 for 9.
The great defenders, the ones that really earn their paycheck, or the ones that refuse to be screened.
Leaves his man in the dust and finishes at the rim.
It's not every day that you see a 6'9", 265-pound freight train coming down the lane. You probably want to step out of the way.
Paul with it up top. Up 6. Ferguson down low Adams. And the Lakers clear. To Caldwell Pope. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Thunder with the basketball. Paul goes to the left side. To Paul. Off the assist.
Woo! Did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
Missed a wide open look.
And physicality is your friend. Don't let these guys get any easy ones down low. Make them look at the refs, wondering where the foul was every time.
The pass taken away by the Lakers. Spinning shot won't fall. And he'll go to the foul line.
Yo, Ed, how's that saying go? Fool me once, you used up the free pass. You know how they're calling this one. Ease up on the aggressive plays on the ball.
Danilo Gallinari, couple of free throws on the way. A career 86% from the line. And he connects on the first free throw.
He's been working on your game.
And gets both to drop at the line. Lakers at the controls right now. James matched up with Ferguson. To Davis. Here comes the screen. Davis. To Danny Green from long range. Danny Green can't get that one to go. Defense all over him.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Rondo guarded by Schroeder. A drive through the paint, but his shot misses. Schroeder with the basketball. Lead stands at 10. Can't connect from inside. Into the front court comes Rondo. He'll run the offense. And he powers it home. 2 more points for Anthony Davis. Jay, perhaps that's a start.
Those kind of plays get me fired up. That's a momentum play. They looked lifeless here in the first quarter, but a dunk like that can get your team going in the right direction.
Here's Schroeder with it. It's an 8-point lead. To Gilgeous-Alexander. Carmelo Anthony traded, but Jay, Sam Presti turns that into Dennis Schroeder.
And I love this acquisition by the Thunder. When you think about Schroeder, he is almost the opposite of what Russell Westbrook is. He is not a ball-dominant guard. He will have the ball in his hands, but he's more apt to make plays quickly with the ball than Russell, who likes to hold on to the ball towards the end of the shot clock.
Thunder with the basketball. Adams. Big man, Steven Adams. First couple didn't go. That one is true.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays, no one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
To Davis. Here comes the screen. Davis. Beyond the arc for 3. Great defense, forcing the miss.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
James to Davis. And a throwdown. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
OKC ball. Ferguson, down low Gallinari. Rondo clears the rebound. To James. Almost unlucky bounce. In a flash, scores at the rim.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Now the Lakers going to use a timeout as they'll go over some tactics now in this first quarter of play. We have both squads set to make some moves right now. Rondo, here again Schroeder. to Davis. Danny Green to Davis. Goes to the right side. Kyle Kuzma. Shot off the mark. Good defense.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Oh, Dennis Schroeder. 3 for 4. Good start.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Los Angeles has the basketball. Rondo against Schroeder. Gets it to go. Could have been more. A lot of contact, but no foul.
A little early in the game, but someone's got to be feeling pretty good out there.
Across midcourt, it's Schroeder. Up a dozen. Anthony Davis swats it. They've recovered it. Kyle Kuzma. He shoots. Oh, off the mark. Trying to cash in. Oh, Dennis Schroeder looking good. 4 for 5.
I love when I get a chance to watch guys who can make more out of what they actually have in their arsenal. And that's who Dennis Schroeder is. For a guy who really can't shoot, he sure does put the ball in the bucket.
Oh, they called the foul, Jay.
And you can't lunge like that.
Changes coming from both sides right now. Schroeder. Anthony Davis able to recover with the block. This will be out of bounds off of Davis. Oh, Dennis Schroeder. He's now shooting 5 for 7.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
And flushes it down. No stopping AD here.
It's going to be a long road back, I'm not going to lie to you. But it's only the first quarter, and that's exactly what you needed. You needed to see the ball go in a couple of times.
To Schroeder. Down low, Noel. Anthony Davis rejects it.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
And throws it down.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
The Thunder have the possession. Ah, missed it. How'd that not go down? Bradley. Here comes the screen. To Davis. Oh, emphatic slam. Jay, this is getting scary fast.
If you're the defense, you have to deny him the ball. Maybe throw a box and one. Maybe throw a zone. Maybe even throw the kitchen sink because he's putting on a show in the first quarter.
Schroeder with the basketball. Shot clock turned off as they get a chance to build their lead. Oh, he had it. Throws it down. Oh, good defense by the Lakers. They come away with the steal. First quarter's complete. The Thunder with the lead. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. Los Angeles, they have it. JaVale McGee to Bradley. Here's a chance from long range. That's off the side of the rim, no good. Short jumper off the mark. Bradley. Deep left corner. Avery Bradley. He is shooting well. He's made 2/3 of his shots.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
The Thunder will use a timeout as they'll talk things over here in the second quarter. Here's Schroeder with it. Up by 6. Give him 2 points. High percentage.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
To Kyle Kuzma. He gets it.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
Across midcourt, it's Schroeder. Looking to make something happen. OKC now with 4 to shoot. To Schroeder. Has a chance. Not that time. Cook to bring it into the front court. Down 6. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. He's 2 for 2 now.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
And a whistle.
Just a tic-tac foul.
Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. Gilgeous-Alexander. Nice pass to set things up.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
How you practice leads to that. Nice pump fake.
Someone's been working on that one for weeks behind closed doors. That's why they call it practice.
Gilgeous-Alexander. Here comes the screen. Gilgeous-Alexander. JaVale McGee pins it.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
Kyle Kuzma, strong finish.
Oh, man, did you see that swiftness? He dunked that thing like a tennis ball.
It looked like that in his hand. Baseline drive, but he can't finish. Oh!
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
From the painted area, won't go down. It was right there. To Gilgeous-Alexander. And count the basket inside.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul, but take it when you can get it.
Can slam it down. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
Here comes the screen. Kuzma. Pulls up for two.
Here's a tip for your defense. You can't give him that much space. You have to push up into his personal space and make him play the majority of the possessions with his back to the basket. Because if you allow him to open up, there's no stopping.
New blood coming in for both sides. On the drive, it's Paul, but his shot stays out.
It's easy for the offense to get agitated when you keep turning around and the defense is right there in your face. The jawing is only going to escalate.
Wraps him up. That's intentional, and the ref calls it.
It's way too early in the game to be intentionally fouling like that. Keep your cool, man. Calm down.
And the rebound taken down by the Lakers. Danny Green. Here's Paul. Brings it up the floor. To Gilgeous-Alexander. Ball's tied up. Neither player wants to give it up. Looks like some substitutions are coming on in. Leaving no doubt. Slams it down.
This offseason, I heard so many voices, even that of the great Shaquille O'Neal, talking about how LBJ needed to cement his own legacy. Well, for LeBron, it's not about chasing external accolades. It's about hunting your own legacy, and that's to be the greatest of all time.
Danny Green to James. Fires the three. That's how you defend.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Chance for Paul. Doesn't get the bounce.
Let's be realistic. He's probably not going to miss a lot of shots. But the more effort you can give, you want to try to tire him out. Take his legs away. Make him work to catch the ball. That's how you win a defensive battle.
Here's Paul, controlling the offense. To Adams. Oh, great pass, setting up the basket.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Danny Green. To James. Danilo Gallinari, snatching it out of the air. They've got it in the open floor. And he's fouled. Very close. Free throws coming up.
Great job, Ed, by the shooter to create contact after the jump. That's how you get to the free throw line.
And hits the first free throw. Goes 2 for 2.
I like that. Way to hit. Way to hit.
Nerlens Noel with a piece.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Danny Green tips it.
Here's one of the biggest secrets as we move into this new age of basketball, especially in the draft room. You have to draft players with size and length. That's the biggest deterrent for any team offensively.
Knocked loose. Lakers come up with it. Easy path to the rim. Jay, what makes LeBron so special on the offensive end?
Well, first and foremost, look at that frame. 6'9", 265 pounds with the agilities of a guard. He can blow by you. If he dips that shoulder, there's no way. There is nobody in the NBA that can guard that man one-on-one.
It goes down.
The defense needs to be in more of a stance and react better. A player with that kind of NBA talent level will get to the rim every time with moves like that.
And count the basket.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Oklahoma City's got it. Lakers have it. Knocked loose. Picked up by the Thunder.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
To Danny Green. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Still hasn't hit from deep in the first half. No good. LeBron James with the block. Here comes the screen. Paul. The Thunder down to 4 in the shot clock. Has a look. Gallinari off the mark.
I just love where this takes you into the psychological battle as a player offensively. Was that a great contest, or did you just miss the shot? But now you have me thinking about that the entire next possession.
Now Paul with the basketball. Leads a bucket. Ferguson. The pass taken away by the Lakers.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
James to Davis. Whoa, what a finish. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
Oklahoma City ball. Paul. Trying to cash in. Oh, straight down the middle. 4-2. Now the Lakers are going to call a timeout as they'll talk things over in what's now a 4-point game. Some lineup changes now for both clubs. Driving is Rondo, but his shot won't fall. Paul into the front court. Leads 4. Count the basket. A lot of contact. No foul. When you look at playmakers in the last decade plus, what sets Chris Paul apart?
He always puts you in a position to succeed. He leads because he's vocal, and when he directs and he guides, there is nobody better at the position than CP3.
And that's rebounded by the Lakers. To Kyle Kuzma. Down low for Davis. For 3, it's good. Defense has to pick things up.
And I just hear my high school coach preaching this thing to me every single day, and it's still pertinent for the NBA. It's all about spacing. And when you have guys who are lethal three-point shooters and they understand spacing, oh, that whole floor opens up, and that's a thing of beauty to watch.
Paul. Knocked loose. Rondo matched up with Paul. And that'll get out of bounds. Last touch by the Thunder, so it stays with the LA Lakers. Danny Green. Kuzma to Danny Green. Lets it fly from long range, and he's fouled. Good play by the shooter.
You know what? That's an even better play by the defender. I like the foul there. Send a message. Nothing easy.
He's going to have to earn it now. First one goes down. Missed the middle one. One more coming. No good. 1 for 3 on that trip. With the rock, it's Chris Paul. Rondo with the basketball. The margin is 2. Halftime on the horizon. Layup goes down. Well done.
You used to hear all these coaches talk about, we need players to run the floor. No, I don't need you to run the floor. I need you to run the floor with purpose. Those are two different things. When you run the floor in attack mode, that's when plays like this occur.
Anthony Davis sends it away. Davis on the drive, but a shot won't go down. Gilgeous-Alexander, keep an eye on this guy. Slams it down. We've reached halftime in a 2-point game. Let's get you to Orlando, where we say hello to Jalen Rose in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Jalen.
Thanks, Ed. Let's get right into the action here. The Thunder have themselves a close game after 2 quarters. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. These are the guys getting buckets for the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Lakers aren't down by too much at the half. And even though they don't have the lead, they're doing a great job of moving the ball around. They might find themselves on the winning end of the scoreboard if they can keep it up. These are the guys getting buckets for the Los Angeles Lakers.
Game track. Bench points.
What I found interesting about that half of basketball is how the momentum stayed high even when the substitutions started coming into the game. These guys coming off the bench, from both benches actually, are doing a great job of making positive contributions.
Player of the half.
Chris Paul most definitely deserves to be player of the half for the way he distributed the ball. It was an excellent display of court vision and solid passing.
Who was cold?
No one wants to be picked for this segment, but he couldn't avoid it. Maybe he'll turn things around in the second half. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
Fellas, back to you.
Tight game through the first 2 quarters as we resume play here in the third. Here's Paul. Brings it up the floor to Adams. JaVale McGee sends it away. That's his third block this evening.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
Caldwell Pope. They'll get it down to Davis. Shot from the lane won't go. Ferguson to Gilgeous-Alexander. Nothing going here on that drive. Shot clock winding down. Oh, good defense by the Lakers. They come away with the steal. And scores, plus the foul. Patented move for Anthony Davis, and a chance at three.
That was such a great job by the offensive player. Knowing that you're probably going to take some lumps here and there, but still remaining aggressive throughout the shot and getting a crack at the extra point.
Anthony Davis at the line for a chance at a three-point play. For his career, 79% at the line. And he's got the free throw as well. Here's Paul, controlling the offense. Gilgeous-Alexander to Adams. Steven Adams with the slam.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
LeBron into the front court. His guys now down by a point. Gilgeous-Alexander. It's no good. If he takes those shots, he'll be back on the bench in no time.
Misses happen. Don't put your head down. Let that motivate you in the defensive end. Use it for something positive.
To Paul. Down low, Gallinari. The pass set it all up.
Old school equals high percentage.
Across the timeline comes James. His guys down three. To Danny Green. Caldwell Pope to Davis. Down to 5 on the 24. Jumper's good.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in the zone by himself.
Paul into the front court. His team up by 1. To Adams. Nothing going here on that drive. And Green able to clear the rebound. James picked up by Paul. To Davis. And the reward, a couple of shots at the line.
The game is too tight for you to be taking risks like that. You want to avoid foul trouble at all costs.
Anthony Davis. He's got 2 shots coming. Hasn't missed yet. First free throw is good. And he makes them both. Paul across the timeline. His guys now trailing by a point. Here comes the screen. Paul. OKC now with 4 to shoot. Ferguson to Paul. Has a chance. Almost, but no good. Danny Green to Davis, down low. Count it. No and one. There was some contact there.
This is why I go back into player mode. If the dude starts to try to have 40 points on me, I'm going to foul out. I'm going to start hitting him in places he's not used to being hit. I'm trying to do anything to throw him off his game.
Can't miss those. Caldwell Pope matched up with Ferguson. To Davis. Using the post to his advantage there and the finish at the rim. AD, is he a new age big?
Easy answer is yes. He is Mr. Versatility. He can do everything on both the offensive and the defensive end. He can fight the post, battle for position. He can protect the rim. Plus, if you switch, he can guard guards on the perimeter. That's what you love about AD. You need something, he has an answer for you.
To Davis. James. They go down to Davis. Scores from the post.
And the true test of a team's character is how they respond when they get hit in the mouth. Keep digging.
With the rock, it's Chris Paul. To Adams. Stuffs it down with authority.
The okie doke. Let's see if he'll try that one again.
LeBron with it up top. Up by 3. To Davis. James had to force that one, but it's no good. Ferguson to Adams. In the slam.
Oh, man, you're not supposed to be able to do that with that size, but in today's game, dexterity and mobility are off the charts for bigs.
James into the front court. Leads just a point. Davis to Caldwell Pope. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
Paul. From the outside, no good. And now he's going to shoot a few more as he's fouled going up for it.
I've seen it happen so many times. Small things like that foul can end up becoming a momentum changer. Let's see how this one plays out.
First one, count it. Able to convert on both free throws. Paul with it up top. The deficit now up to 5. To Adams. That's no good. To James. And 2 for AD.
We're watching a clinic right now. We're watching basketball one-on-one. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
Paul. Now Adams down low and stuffs it home.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice finish. It's all business.
LeBron into the front court. Leads 5. To Davis. Does it. McGee punching it home with the putback slam.
JaVale has such a good nose around the basket until he doesn't.
What are you saying there, Jay?
Nah, it's 50-50 sometimes.
Well, hopefully it's half glass full in this regard. Paul. The pass taken away by the Lakers. And he's fouled. Davis going to the line for two.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
Anthony Davis at the line for two shots. He's perfect from the line so far. Knocks down the first. No good on the second. It's a 1-of-2 trip. Here's Paul. Brings it up the floor. To Adams. Oh, big finish at the rim.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Now Paul with the basketball. His club staring up at an 8-point deficit. Here comes the screen. Paul. Down to Adams. Knocked loose. Out of bounds the call. Last touch by JaVale McGee. It stays with Oklahoma City. Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. The Thunder down to 4 in the shot clock. Paul. And he's fouled. He's going to the line for two.
Ed, the reality is that good jump shooters know how to get those calls. Overall, though, there's less flopping in the game, which is great. But there's something uncanny about certain players' abilities to get those calls on a regular basis.
Second to three is good. Takes advantage of the foul. 3 for 3 at the line. Lakers ball. To Davis. Kyle Kuzma, strong finish.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
Paul into the front court. The margin standing now at 7. LeBron James here against Abdul Nader. To Paul. Down low Adams. Stuffs it down with authority.
Look, the most efficient offenses are the ones with the highest number of assists. There are only 5 teams in the league that average 25 assists or more.
LeBron matched up with Nader. To Davis. Bradley to Davis. Driving right to the basket. Oh, nice find for the basket.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. The pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Here's CP3. It's LeBron with the rebound. It's Cook with the basketball. Lead stands at 7. To Davis. He throws it down.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
To Paul. No, great defense there, forcing the pickup. Short jumper off the mark.
Oh, I like that. You got the defense rotating from side to side. They're even recovering late, but still you got to make that one.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
And so many players, when they come into the paint, they come in with that soft approach. He didn't come in soft at all. He came in with aggression, and he went through the defender. Through, not around. That's key.
Anthony Davis trying to cash in on the three-point play, shooting 80% in this contest. The free throw is good. Finishing off the three-point play. The lead grows to 12. Here's Paul, controlling the offense to Adams. Knocked loose. Paul. Now Adams down low. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket. Cook to bring it into the front court. Less than a minute to go in this third quarter. To Bradley. Offensive board. Another follow. Stays out.
Yo, big kudos to the defender. It seems like his mere presence in the paint was enough to make the offensive player miss the shot before he even got off the ground.
Paul. Bradley. Down low for Kuzma. Nice pace. Sets it up and slams it down. Good luck keeping up with that.
Did you see that jump? It was as quick as a pogo stick.
Paul. To Schroeder. Deep right corner. Paul. That misses with 2 seconds to go. The quarters come to an end with the Lakers in command. It'll be Lakers ball as we begin the fourth quarter. You figured they certainly had the advantage coming into this one. Jay, that's how it's played out.
On paper, this wasn't set up to be much of a contest. If the crowd could have gotten into it early, maybe. But sometimes a team is so good that you never had a chance to even start.
Paul into the front court. 14-point deficit. Lays it up and in.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
Here's Rondo with it. He'll run the offense. To Davis. Nothing going here on that drive. Second effort. Danilo Gallinari. Huge block. Picked up. Here we go. Here comes the screen. To Bradley. Avery Bradley with that shot. He's 5 for 8.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Schroeder with the basketball. Trailing by 14. Paul. Textbook defense.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Caldwell Pope to Kyle Kuzma. Down low for Davis. How you practice leads to that. Nice pump fake.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ball game.
Here comes the screen. Paul. Five to shoot. 4-3. And the Lakers able to grab the rebound. Now pass taken away by the Thunder.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
Lakers come up with it. Caldwell Pope. They'll get it down to Davis. With a drop step. Can't connect. Here's Schroeder with it. His guys down big. Knocked loose. This will be out of bounds off of Davis. So this remains Thunder basketball. Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes.
Subbing in for the Oklahoma City Thunder, number 2.
Gilgeous Alexander. Deep two there. Won't go.
I just love where this takes you into the psychological battle as a player offensively. Was that a great contest, or did you just miss the shot? But now you have me thinking about that the entire next possession.
It's good. Count the basket and the foul.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number one, create contact, and number two, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Quinn Cook at the line for a chance at a three-point play. For his career, 80% at the line. And he can't convert the free throw. Across midcourt, it's Schroeder. Down a bundle. Down low, Gallinari. Nice pass to get things going.
And when plays like that happen with multiple players touching the ball, the basketball gods will 100% reward you.
JaVale McGee. Quinn Cook, guarded by Schroeder. To Kyle Kuzma. Kentavious Caldwell Pope. Looking good. 4 for 5.
You know, it reminds me of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Fires the three, buries it on the catch and shoot.
It's all about creating space with the dribble. Once you have that gap, you can beat somebody in a variety of ways. He chose the dagger with the three.
Shot no good there by Gallinari. It's Cook with the basketball. His guys holding the big lead. To Caldwell Pope. Here comes the screen. Caldwell Pope, guarded by Nerlens Noel. Kuzma. Schroeder with the basketball. Looking to make something happen. Short jumper off the mark.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
Hey, lock up.
Schroeder. Oh, good defense by the Lakers. They come away with the steal. Bradley. And that'll get out of bounds. Last touch by the Thunder, so it stays with the LA Lakers. Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. James to Davis.
I got him. Here we go.
Oh, he missed a short one there. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. He's now shooting 5 for 7.
I was expecting the dish there, but way to fake that one and lay that one in.
With the rock, it's Chris Paul. Here comes the screen. Paul to Gilgeous-Alexander. Paul in a matchup with Quinn Cook.
Watch that cutter.
Has a look.
That's your boy.
Paul shot off the mark. Cook to bring it into the front court. His guys hold a commanding lead. Danny Green picked up by Ferguson. To Davis, down low. Add 2 more points. The defense had him, but the good shooters find a way.
This may sound cheesy, but sometimes you just need to sit back, get a tub of popcorn, and just enjoy the show, because that's what you're watching right now.
Here comes the screen. Gilgeous-Alexander. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
Great job using that shoulder to create contact with the defender without hesitation.
Trying to cash in. Gallinari off the mark. To Caldwell-Pope. And the finish at the rim.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. The pass taken away by the Lakers. To Davis. From the outside, no good.
Let's be realistic. He's probably not going to miss a lot of shots. But the more effort you can give, you want to try to tire him out. Take his legs away. Make him work to catch the ball. That's how you win a defensive battle.
Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Terrence Ferguson trying to cash in on a 3-point play. For his career, 90% at the line. Unable to connect on the free throw. To Danny Green. They go down to Davis. Foot was on the line. It's a turnover. Gilgeous-Alexander.
Watch the pick. You see it.
Oh, good defense by the Lakers. They come away with the steal. Caldwell-Pope to Danny Green. Down low for Davis. Steven Adams swats it.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
Knocked loose. That's going to get out of bounds. Last touch by Green. It stays with Oklahoma City. Shifting gears. Here comes some substitutions.
Number 2.
Gilgeous-Alexander down to Adams. Anthony Davis able to recover with the block. They recover. 1 to shoot. Short jumper stays out.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
To Davis. James. Has a chance. Keep on trying. Shot's no good there.
And this is where you know you have the offense right where you want them. Every possession, all you see them doing is complaining to the ref, complaining to each other. You're making the game uncomfortable. That's the mark of a good defense.
Gets a look. Can't hit. To Danny Green.
There you go. Watch him. I got you here. Right here. Right here.
Scores from the post. Gilgeous-Alexander. Here comes the screen. Anthony Davis rejects it. And that'll get out of bounds. Last touch by the Thunder. Time for some new personnel into the game. LBJ. To Davis.
Here we go.
Strong finish that time for Danny Green. At this point, if it continues, it just may be good night, Irene.
And I like that Irene line.
There you go, Jay.
And sometimes as a player on the defensive end, Ed, you need to draw a line in the sand. You have to find a way to change the narrative because right now the constant theme has been too many easy buckets.
Jay, don't deny it. You're an old soul at heart.
Yeah, I still don't know who Irene is.
Me neither. Quinn Cook picked up by Schroeder. To Davis.
Trap.
Won't go. Ferguson to Adams. Danny Green pins it. That's going to get out of bounds. Last touch by Green. Adams. Gilgeous-Alexander. OKC now with 4 to shoot. To Schroeder. Going to launch beyond the arc. The rookie, Gilgeous-Alexander, with the 3.
It's easy to get lost in the chaos of the game down the stretch, but great awareness by the shooter to get those toes right behind the three-point line.
Flushes it home.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
Thunder with the basketball. Schroeder. To Gilgeous-Alexander. Goes to the right side. Ferguson to Gilgeous-Alexander. Has a look. And a chance coming up at the line.
Okay, now we're on the home stretch, and you got a big lead. Don't let your opponent back in this game by giving up extra possessions.
Can't connect on the first free throw. Second one goes. It's a 1 of 2 trip. LeBron James picked up by Adams. To Davis. Danny Green to Davis.
There you go, by yourself.
5 on the shot clock. Danny Green to Davis. Trying to cash in. Shot by Davis, no good. Knocked loose. Lakers have it. The Lakers get the victory as they win this one in blowout fashion. That'll wrap things up. For Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Here we go with the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Lakers added a win with today's solid victory. They did plenty of great things, But we all know what's going to be remembered are the dunks. And you know what? I'm going to remember nothing but the dunks as well. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Los Angeles Lakers. The Thunder just couldn't get within striking distance toward the end of the game. And even though some of them smiled and shook hands with the other guys after the game, you could tell by the way they headed to the tunnels how disappointed they were about this loss. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Game stats. Player of the game. Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this? Except that he fits the title of this segment. He was definitely cold in this game. These are the top 3 plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose, and it's been our pleasure to present you with some NBA basketball.